December 25th, Detention Center, Visitors Room.
Hey everybody, welcome back.
Welcome back, everybody.
What's this? I was hoping you'd got my first message. I was hoping you'd got my message the first time. Edgeworth, what about your defense? It's no concern of yours.
If I just lie and pretend everything's okay, it will be okay, even as the world falls apart. Just like in every case I've ever been in with you, too. I still remember him saying objection because he was trying to stall for time for
so
Phoenix
good.
to think
It's such
of
a good
something.
moment of that case. It's like, objection, Your Honor. About what? I was hoping to have come up with something by the time that you asked me.
Well then,
Well then, objection, Your Honor.
I just thought of something.
Such a good moment of that case, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
Can I ask you about the murder? Right. I'll ask you again to just leave me alone. Please try to understand. I am not doing this to prove I'm tough or because I look down on you. I just don't want you anywhere near this case, understand?
Well,
then why'd
I'm
you go to
going
Gold Lake?
refuse.
Well, I have no intention on telling you. Nor, apparently, would you tell Detective Gumshoe.
Even despite... Oh, you just ratted out Edgeworth's other friend. Detective Gumshoe was really worried about the working relationship you two have. Maya, don't be daft. He is into the security guard lady at the precinct, not me.
Your attorney's badge? I can't really say I would want to be seeing one of those right now.
That got a reaction out
I
of
think
him.
this is the only time they actually use this idle animation for him, where he's just like really pensive.
Like slightly worried, slightly pensive.
Yeah. Sorry, I can't think of anything I would want to say about that. Because he's looking at the picture. Who would have thought there'd be a photo? Edgeworth, did you actually shoot him? What do you think, Wright?
I think that if it's not self-defense, you wouldn't have shot him.
And I think you would have used something more accurate than a pistol. At a longer range.
I think Edgeworth, if he was going to kill someone, it would be by his own hands, so he could be sure that they were dead. That's what I think. He would not have used a gun. It would have been far more personal, because that's the kind of person Edgeworth is.
He would be classy and use a flintlock rifle.
It's like, if I can't be extra while I kill you, then what's the point?
Pistols are too accurate. If they don't have a chance of living through the bullet, I don't want to use it. I don't think you're the type of I don't think you're the kind of point a gun at anyone, no.
So you didn't shoot him?
No, I didn't. It wasn't me.
That's one angry. He is angry.
Edgeworth? It's only been a matter of hours since you had last visited, yet you have made an incredible progress in your investigation.
More so than anyone else.
I'll admit, I'm impressed, right? You're always single-minded in your work, though. Once you start on something, you'll always see it through, don't you? About this Deal 6 incident.
Rip off the Band-Aid, why don't you? Right.
Deal 6. I didn't want you to find out about it.
Edgeworth,
That's why I refused your offer to defend me.
as of right now, the only two people who aren't directly involved in that case are named Phoenix and Larry. Everyone else in town is somehow involved in the case.
I guess he does use it a few more times in this session of talking. Oh, I kind of skipped that one. I just wanted to keep you away from the DL6 incident. So, do you still think you would have been better for me to stay away? I don't know. But I see no point in hiding anything from you now. Very well. I ask whatever you like, and I'll be able to answer to the best of my abilities.
That was a reaction.
The DL6 incident was when my father died. Right before my eyes. He was shot and killed, and I saw it all. My memories from that time are foggy. I suppose it is a self-defense mechanism.
Especially since you were super young, and that's what kids do.
In any case, a suspect was arrested. A man. It's pretty clear he was the only one who could have killed my father. Spirit medium they used to talk to my late father said the same thing. But an attorney by the name of Robert Hammond was, that clued the suspect's name. And Hammond is the victim in the Gore Lake murder? Correct.
That spirit medium was my mom.
What? You mean your... Oh, strange.
I mean, her last name is Faye, and I presume you knew Mia. He had to have known Mia. He had to have known she was involved. And Maya's a living ringer for Mia. How'd he not know?
Gotta turn the volume back up. Thought that terrible incident was about to end, and now this.
Yeah, because
About to end?
that's choice words right there.
Deal 6 incident happened 15 years ago. 15 years ago, December 28th. So exactly
28th.
15 years to the day as the third day of the case.
I wonder why the amount of years would be important regarding a case trial.
Statute of limitations on the case runs out in 3 days. Which means if you didn't commit the murder yesterday, there would be no way for the third day of a defense attorney, a prosecutor could have delayed the trial for 3 days, waited for the statute of limitation to run up, and then there would be nothing they could do about it.
Isn't that coincidental?
Yeah.
Coincidence, which is a thing that doesn't exist in this game, despite the fact that it clearly should.
It does exist in this game, and it's annoying when it does.
Well, that's unfortunate.
But of course it doesn't exist. Yeah. Wait.
Nick, what does that mean?
When a case's statute of limitations runs out, legally the case never happened.
3 days from... Oh.
Yeah. 3 days from now, Deal 6 will be forever closed.
What happened to the suspect? The one who got off innocent?
I don't know. He disappeared from public view. No one knows where to. If he's still alive, he'd be about 50 years old now. Guess I can understand why he'd go into hiding. It'd be hard to live a normal life after being a murder suspect in such a big case.
So your father was a lawyer.
He was. Gregory Edgeworth.
A defense lawyer.
He was quite famous at the time, apparently.
So you were sort of trying to follow in his footsteps. Which is why Phoenix became a defense lawyer, wasn't it?
I'd rather not talk about it. Right? Pains me to ask you this now.
I know, you want us to defend you.
Yes. Will you? No, of course we will.
As Maya screams in the background, like, yes!
It's like, no.
She's
What?
like exploding the party poppers they took from the scene in the background. It's like, Maya!
Miles reaches through the plexiglass to strangle you after all this time and saying, no, I don't want to be your defense attorney. It's
He'd
like,
be so
why'd you do all this?
heartbroken. He would be heartbroken. He'd be crying, and you know it.
Who could have guessed this day would come? Not me.
I tried to
Well-
avoid you every chance I got.
This is my final chance to pay you back.
Pay him back? Is that more gossip?
Pay me back? For what? I don't remember doing anything for you. Never mind. I guess you really don't need to know. Huh? My letter of request. Please give it to Detective Gumshoe. Again, he kind of like presses it up against the plexiglass and then eventually just clips through and then he gets it. That's usually how these things work, right?
We'll need that.
Well, I guess we should.
An earthquake, Nick. It's a big one. It's not calming down. Woo, that was scary.
Huh? Where's Edgeworth?
He's a magician. There. Everything's perfect. He's on the floor in a ball. Shivering. I guess he doesn't do well with earthquakes.
Heard of running but curling up into a ball?
Well, I guess we're done here. See you, Miles. Mr. Edgeworth doesn't seem like he's gonna stand up anytime soon. Let's go, Nick.
Yeah, Miles Edgeworth has an irrational fear of being shaken suddenly.
I wonder why that would happen.
I wonder what could have traumatized him into having that phobia. You have to give Edgeworth's letter of request to Detective Gumshoe.
See you, Miles. We'll be back soon.
Oh, I was hoping that he would say something about
The
Edgeworth
earthquake.
being on the ground. What's going on here?
Eek!
What's wrong, Detective? This wild lady comes in here just a while ago. She says to talk to y'all after hearing what Mr. Wright has to say. What is all this about, pal? What a heart. Why are you going around finding more witnesses?
It's gonna take forever to kill the ones we already have.
You want to give Mr. Edgeworth a death sentence, pal?
Because he knows someone is already implanting false information. And
No, not at all. Just, I mean, she did see something. There's nothing I can do about that. I can't go around covering up evidence.
I mean, who do you think I am, Miles?
You're trying to say something about the way I do my job? No, sir. I
Just
would
write
like
the
to think that he says that in the most sassy, backhanded way possible. Like, no, sir. No, I do not.
It's like, nope, nothing wrong with the way you do work.
There's only one thing I want to see from you, and that's the letter of request. Okay, fine. I'll give you the letter of request.
Just
Look
put
what
it
I
in
got.
his face.
Hey, you did it, pal. Glad I waited till the last minute to follow those papers. I'll rip them up and start new ones for you. Thanks, Detective. Well, see you in court tomorrow then. Good luck, pal. Hey. You guys feel that earthquake a little while back? I was worried.
Worried?
Also,
About
I
who?
completely forgot to actually check to see if he had dialogue. I think he did, and I think we missed it.
Oh, about what?
No, I think he talks about some stuff. One second.
Oh, would we have required that? We're fine. I lived here my whole life. I mean, we are in San Francisco. I'm pretty used to them by now.
Ironically, the only other place in the world that gets just as many earthquakes is Japan.
Oh, there's also Chile.
Okay, so the
It was
things
all
that he
volcano fault.
talks to you about is Lotta being added over their other witness being canceled because he would have been unreliable. Gumshoe fears about losing the case because of Lotta, and then him pressuring you to make sure that you talk to Edgeworth to get the letter of request. That's all he says. I just wanted to make sure that you know that because I'm like, oh, I completely forgot to talk to him. I was worried about Mr. Edgeworth. All right. You did seem to overreact a little now that you mention it. Yeah, well, I'm not surprised. It's a pretty big quake. I'm gonna go check on him.
And pick him up off the ground and get him some tea.
You two go eat, get your rest for tomorrow's trial. Later.
I wonder what it is with Edgeworth and earthquakes. Can I say that any louder to make that any more of a Chekhov's gun?
Yeah, I wonder. I never that scared of them when we were in school. Then again, I only really got to know him in the 4th grade. He transferred to another school after that. Wonder what happened to Edgeworth.
Oh, childhood trauma.
Okay.
And we're just gonna start to cut into the case?
Yeah, I thought that was gonna be a lot longer, and it probably would have with the dialogue, but hey. Yes.
December 26th, 9:44 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 2.
Karma? That's right, Manfred von Karma. He is the best prosecutor there is. He hasn't lost a case in his 40-year career. He is a god of prosecution, Wright. A god.
Not a single case.
He'll do anything to get a guilty verdict. Literally anything.
I wonder where Miles got his reputation for doing the same thing from.
Sounds like someone else I know, Edgeworth. You don't understand. I mean, he'll really do anything. Manfred von Karma is a man to be feared.
I mean, he'll even kill a man.
That's quite a claim coming from someone who forges evidence. He taught me what it really means to prosecute. What? Just picture a prosecutor, as vicious as me, multiply it by a factor of 10 with more experience.
And willing to actually kill someone, unlike Miles, who is not willing to kill. That's the one line he'll cross.
So...
Oh, so he was your teacher then, Mr. Edgeworth. He was my dad.
Something like that?
And now he's trying to get you guilty? What a creep. Oh, wait. Maybe he's planning on losing on purpose to help you out.
Not a chance. He hasn't lost in 40 years.
If he was
40
planning on
years.
doing that, he wouldn't have signed up for the case. He would have pushed it off on someone else.
He's as ruthless as me as times 20.
That's pretty ruthless.
And you changed your number. Like I said, he is a god among prosecutors. Because that's something like Mia was to me. Speaking of Mia... Maya?
Uh-huh.
You could really be using Mia's help right now, don't you think?
Well, thanks, man. Just keep on that, emotional distress I'll carry for the rest of my life. I can't. Sorry, I tried. I really tried, but I couldn't reach.
Couldn't reach?
I think it's because I haven't been training. I've been stuffing my mouth with, hot dogs for, a full day straight. My powers are weak again.
Oh man, what bad timing.
I'm really sorry. I'll try my best.
I hope so. What are you two whispering about?
Demons!
Ah, it's nothing.
And spirits.
Well, it's time to head
I'm
in.
going to ignore that. I'm pretty sure Miles doesn't want to hear anything about spirit medium work for the rest of his life.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. von Karma, is the prosecution ready? So, did you
Who
want
gets to read this?
Did you actually want to do the voice for him? Because I don't think you can actually do the voice.
I don't think I can do the voice for him.
Yeah.
A being of such spectacular magnitude I don't think I could do him credit, but that means that you're gonna do all of the voices.
I'm doing all the voices in this case.
Are you sure you want to do all the voices in this case?
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna just open up my water bottle and drink half of the thing right now.
So that you don't have a frog lodged in your throat.
You thought I was joking. I actually did drink like a third of this thing.
Oh, quality content right there.
Yeah.
You're gonna die.
Fools. You seriously think that I would stand here and not be completely prepared?
You need more flourish.
Right. My apologies. You got the judge scared. Very well. Your opening statement, please. Decisive evidence. A decisive witness. What else could possibly be required? Nothing, of course. That should be fine. The prosecution may call its first witness.
What's with this guy? Is he royalty or something? I mean, his name is Von Karma. Somewhere along the line, he has to be. Unless he stole the name from somewhere.
How am I supposed to fight against this? I called the detective in charge of this case, Detective Dick Gumshoe. Okay, Gumshoe's first. Let's see how this goes. Describe the incident now. Yes, sir. Dr. Gumshoe looks nervous. Please take a look at the map.
Oh, we got a map for the first time in forever.
The murder happened late on Christmas Eve, around midnight. There was one boat in the very middle of the lake. There were 2 men on the boat. Now, there happened to be a woman camping here on the very edge of the lake. At 2:10 a.m., she heard 2 pistol shots. Then, the boat started to move. Went towards the boat rental shop. Overhead map has been added.
You're gonna need that.
Testify to the court about the arrest now. Wait, Von Karma. Yes. Actually, I'm the one who's supposed to be handling the proceedings.
I mean, if you wanted to be a judge, you should have been a judge.
Wrong. There is only one thing you need to do here. You will slam down your gavel and say the word guilty. That is your role.
Objection!
Yes, of course. Of course you're right. No, he's not. The arrest of Edgeworth. A man called into the station around 30 minutes after midnight. We headed to the scene of the crime as fast as we could. That's where we found Mr. Edgeworth. Now, I didn't suspect him of anything at all. But next morning, a body was found at the lake. So we had to arrest Mr. Edgeworth. So, because he was there at the scene, they know that he did something. Very well. See. Begin your cross-examination, attorney, now. I love Von Karma because he's just
so full of himself.
So yeah, we're gonna be pressing all the statements and then we'll go from there. You received a call from a man? Yeah. They said there was a woman camping there. She was the one who heard the 2 gunshots, right? That woman and the man who called in the reports are 2 different people, obviously.
Well, where's the man then?
Not being the witness. Different people? There were 2 witnesses. Oh, yeah. Their testimonies were quite similar, however.
I don't think they were. I think you're covering stuff up.
Today, I have summoned the woman who was camping. Woman who was camping? What a heart. What happened next, detective?
Miles even dresses a bit like Von Karma too.
Man, it's almost like he actually got one of Von Karma's old outfits to wear and he just liked the aesthetic, so he just transferred that over. How long was it between receiving the report and your arrival at the lake? Well, I'd say about 3 minutes. That's pretty fast. Our motto for the month is get there quick. Detective, you'll refrain from casually revealing department secrets. Yes, sir. I'm sorry, sir.
I'm gonna look forward. He even says the same thing as Von Karma.
I'll look forward to your next year's salary review.
And Gumshoe knows that he actually means it.
So much to look forward to these days, I see. This is no time for a dejected daydreaming. Continue. Yes, sir. That's where we found Mr. Edgeworth. What was Mr. Edgeworth like when you saw him then?
Well, you know how he is, super surly.
From what I saw, he looked pretty relaxed. Not like a murderer at all, really. The detective, the court requires the facts, not your opinion.
Dude, have you been in these courts before? That's all they are, is conjecture, opinion, and perjury.
How many years have you been on the force? Facts only, detective. Cold, hard, objective facts. Yes, sir.
I think that qualifies as badgering the witness.
No, he is stating the rules of law. Okay, so people like making the joke that lawyers are lawful evil, but technically in this case, in the grand scheme of things, Von Karma is lawful evil. Phoenix is
neutral good.
Is neutral good, and Edgeworth is lawful neutral.
So he's a Von Karma light then.
Because there is no one in the series who is actually a lawyer who is lawful good except Mia, and she's dead.
Oh yes, poor Mia.
Every character who is a lawful good attorney dies.
Well, the world was just not prepared for them.
Yeah. Man, he's got his shares of objections.
Object to this! You're a jerk!
Why didn't you think he was suspicious?
He's about to cut him with an objection.
Oh, you should know.
Oh, don't do this.
We have a deep, trusting relationship with the prosecutors. Detective, the court isn't interested in your musings. Deep, trusting poppycock. I have never heard such flippant comments from an active detective on the force.
I mean, the last one who did mysteriously retired after certain events.
Involving him, oddly enough.
It's like, I'm just trying to be like my dad.
Detective Gumshoe doesn't look so good.
I mean, it's almost like everyone else not so secretly hates Karma and wants to see him behind bars or something.
Continue now. Next morning, a body was found in the lake. Did you find any clues on the body? A single bullet was recovered from the body. It was shot through the heart, fatally. Oh, I was kind of doing a Von Karma voice for some reason. Didn't strike bone, so its shape was preserved.
Well, no, wait. No, wait. The instant it hits the body, it would have started to be deformed.
Yeah, wouldn't it? Why? What's wrong? Doesn't that sound logical?
What in the series has been logical, Sean?
A person dies when they're killed? Very well. The court accepts the bullet and evidence.
Thanks, we'll be using that soon.
Yeah, we're most
Unless
likely going to be
something
using...
happens to it.
Yeah, we're most likely going to be using the pistol or the bullet as the thing we need to refute. So we had to arrest Mr. Edgeworth. Why is that? Well, we found the murder weapon on the boat. The murder weapon? A pistol. Detective Gumshoe? That is a vital piece of information. Please revise your testimony. Right, sorry, Your Honor. The murder weapon we found on the boat was the decisive evidence. What about that pistol made it decisive evidence?
Someone was shot. I'm with Law and Karma on this. Like, a pistol was found in a boat,
I was
and
like,
someone
how
was
stupid
shot
is this
to
guy?
death. Unless they were strangled, unless it was the person was strangled and dropped into the boat, which in Phoenix Wright would not make that implausible. Can you prove that the
same evil laugh
baby
as
didn't
Edgeworth.
drop the bullet from the top of the building and it fell, killing him?
He's got the same evil laugh as Edgeworth, but just like 2 octaves lower. There were fingerprints on the pistol found in the boat. They were clear prints from Mr. Edgeworth's right hand.
And Edgeworth's right-handed. Do we know that or not know that?
Yeah, I think he's right-handed.
Okay.
I think it's Phoenix that's left-handed.
So that they mirror each other.
Yeah, it's so that they can have a very cinematic... They are pointing while gesturing towards the audience. What? Order.
We need to prove that the bullet was fired from the gun.
Yes.
Which, in an actual court evidence, would have been done already, and we would have that information because of the rifling on the bullet. The rifling could also tell us if it had been fired or not, because all bullets have telltale evidence of the gun that fired them.
Yeah. So, Edgeworth's fingerprints were found on the murder weapon. Yes, Your Honor. Judge, this is the weapon in question.
We're gonna take that. Thanks, Karma.
Accepted into evidence. A .22 caliber...
Fired 3 times.
Yeah, fired 3 times. There were 1 bullet found. And 2 shots that rang out. 1 bullet found in the body.
Something's not right about that.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
Almost like it's a planted gun, and even if the gun had been used, you can't really trust it because it had been... This whole case just smacks of planted evidence.
Yeah, doesn't it? Members of the court, we now have the pistol used in the murder, the bullet found in the body.
He's so over the top.
Detective. Yes, sir. Was the bullet found in the body fired from this pistol? Yes, the ballistic markings on the bullet match the pistol.
So it was fired, but
Yes.
there's no dentation of the bullet.
Yes.
That bullet did
They were
not
a
hit the
lot
body.
better about this in later games, by the way.
Hey, Nick. What does he mean, ballistic markings? I mean, I'm new at this, and you didn't really give me any classes, so I kind of have to come up with it on the fly.
Shocking. To imagine someone here does not know something as basic as ballistic markings.
Nick, he is glaring at me. He knows exactly who she is, though. He can't not know.
Very well, I'll explain.
Just because he wants
Actually, Judge, you do it. What, me?
It's the first time he gets to do something in this case.
Ballistic markings are like the fingerprints of a gun. The barrel leaves distinct marks on each bullet as it fires. You could imagine these as ballistic fingerprints on which a gun was fired. It's quite accurate. Indeed. This leads to one inevitable conclusion. The bullet found in the victim's heart was without a doubt fired from this pistol. This pistol, which, as you may recall, was covered with the defendant's own fingerprints.
He's got us there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not like...
Despite the fact that that bullet, there's no way without dentation that bullet was not...
The only way that this could have happened is if he shot himself in the heart, which is an odd place to shoot himself with. Edgeworth ended up reaching forward, grabbing only the gun, and he happened to grab it exactly where you would normally hold it when you're shooting. You know, something like that. But what are the odds of that happening, you know?
Very likely in a series like this.
Very likely in a series like this, yes. This makes it look like Edgeworth did it. Well, Judge, I'd say it's almost decisive, yes. Honestly, I would declare a verdict at this point. However, you wish to hear the witness speak, no doubt.
I mean, this is a trial.
Yeah. Very well. I am somewhat fatigued, and I will take a brief break.
I will instead glare at the Fey girl across the way.
Yeah. I will call my witness after the recess, which will last 10 minutes. Judge. Yeah? What are you doing? A 10-minute recess now.
If you wanted to be a judge, Carbon, just be a judge. It's not like he couldn't have done it. It's not like he didn't have the money and power to be a judge instead.
Yeah.
He could have been paid more.
Just bang your flimsy gavel and get on with it, man. Yes. This court will take a 10-minute recess. Who's running this court anyway?
A kangaroo, obviously. This might as well be a kangaroo court at this point.
So, next time we're gonna hear from Lot of Heart.
Okay.
Okay.
See you guys.
See you guys. Bye.
Bye.